to hear your
You're
opinion on it.
you're gonna have to lead because I just thought of it on the phone. I haven't thought
Don't worry, we are live right now, bro. Don't worry.
of it.
And we are live, guys. And I'm here with Hassan, my brother. What's going on, Hassan? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Not too bad. Not too bad. And today's topic, it's a very interesting topic, guys. I know what some of you are already thinking, all right? But trust me, it's gonna go completely different from how a lot of people are thinking of the red pill. I don't think a lot of people understand the red pill the way I understand the red pill.
Mhm.
And I don't think a lot of people understand the red pill the way you understand the red pill, Hassan. Because me and you, we've spoken about the red pill several times.
Yeah,
And you've got, you've got some opinions in regards to the red pill. And
we
I think
spoke
you
about quite a
go
while
ahead.
ago. I think we spoke about probably last year. It's quite a while ago now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Shout outs to Rashid on that. Yo, Rashid was gonna. Ooh, Rashid, you are a joker, bro. Okay, KD has also commented already. Kind of obvious, laughing out loud. Of course not. The information isn't even for them laughing out loud. They are getting over something that they will never understand. The bra OG1 just joined us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The bra OG1. Respect, respect, bro. Okay, so today's topic: are women in the red pill space to be trusted? I want to repeat that question one more time for you guys. Are women in the red pill space to be trusted? Hassan, what do you think? Should I lead or
I think you should lead. You're a lot more knowledgeable on the red pill and this topic. To be honest with
okay? Here's my take on whether women in the red pill space should be trusted. The red pill philosophy can't be trusted, so it doesn't matter whether a woman is in the red pill space or not. The red pill philosophy is it's not a good philosophy for men. Now, when it comes to intersexual dynamics, the red pill is right. When it comes to intersexual dynamics between men and women, the red pill is absolutely correct. I agree with it. But its final message basically turns into feminism for men as a philosophy. So the philosophy of the red pill, it can't be trusted, period. And the girls that are in the red pill space, I don't think understand what the red pill philosophy is really about, or what it entails. I think that the red pill space event, so the red pill philosophy eventually turns women into nothing but sex slaves. That's my opinion. I don't think it dignifies women at all. But guys, you have to understand everything that I'm saying. All right, everything that I'm saying. Just bear with me for a moment, please. Yeah, everything that I'm saying has to do with the red pill space. The red pill philosophy does not encourage. Sorry, the red pill philosophy is against marriage. You have to understand that the red pill philosophy is against marriage. Now, when they talk about the intersectional dynamics between female nature and male nature, they are absolutely right. They are 100% right when it comes to intersexual dynamics between men and women. They are absolutely right. But when it comes down to, what, procreation, when it comes down to marriage, when it comes down to, you know, they flop a little bit. Sorry, they flop a lot. They do feminism's work. That's my opinion on it.
you, I agree. As far as the red pill, what do you call it? The red pill movement or the red pill sphere, or it doesn't benefit men, doesn't benefit society. It just gives them an opportunity to benefit from more short term decisions, and it doesn't lay a foundation. It's not good for the men or for the women. But what makes me suspicious is why would women in this space be repeating anything that the red pill promotes? Right? It's very strange. So you have Just Pearl is probably the most obvious one for me. She when she started, she was just a YouTube reaction, just doing YouTube reactions and just fun stuff, and then went on has been getting progressively worse and worse in terms of what she promotes, what she says, and a bit anti-women. And that's not what being a better man is about. You're not anti-women. You're not anti-family. You're just being the best version of yourself. Not aesthetically, not on a surface level, but on a fundamental level. Just being a better man, not the best man of today, right? Um, why women would have these words come out of their mouths like women shouldn't vote and women get divorced because they just stupid and this or that or whatever it is. It doesn't make sense. No matter how you skew the statistics, and on top of that, they'll have somebody who might be an expert on the issue, have more experience when it comes to male and female dynamics, and they usually crumble both the men and the women, right? Because again, it's this they're setting up the world by the way they perceive it, not the way that benefits society as a whole.
I agree with I agree with the message that women shouldn't vote. I agree with the message that what was the other one that you mentioned?
What was it?
Well,
Women should
women do initiate 80% of divorces. This is a
should
fact.
yeah
Women do initiate 80% of divorces. But you see, whenever you're talking about these women that initiate these 80% of divorces, you're talking about the modern women. And
sure
modern women come with modern values. They don't come with religious values. They
yeah
come with modern values. Now, it is a fact that they do initiate 80% of divorces. This is all facts. It is a fact that the marriages are declining, and is also a fact that the birth rate is declining. This is a
yeah
fact. This is an undisputable fact. No one can deny that. Now, to me, it comes down to people's values, sorry, moral values. Why modern relationships are not working. Why? Because when you look at a modern woman is a completely different person from let's say a religious woman. All right. A
yeah
modern woman believes in every feminist propaganda that has ever been created. That's what modern women believe. So feminism believed in sexual empowerment. Guess what modern women do? They believe in the same thing. Feminism believed in aborting children. Guess what? The modern women believes in that. And when you look at every single belief that the modern woman holds on to, you can see that it's not conducive to a proper relationship. It's
mm,
not. For example, a modern woman does not want to be a mother. A modern woman does not want to be a wife. A modern woman, a modern woman wants to have a career. She wants to have a job. She doesn't. She wants to prioritize the job over her fertile years. She wants to
hmm
prioritize her job during her fertile years,
hmm
um, rather than, do you see what I'm saying, and prioritize it. Instead of her prioritizing motherhood during her fertile years, she prioritizes a career instead. And of course, that doesn't help her in the long run. But hold on a second. Let me just read. Let's see what the people are saying. Let's see what the people are,
yeah
because we just started this conversation, man.
the chat, yeah
Okay, let's see what the chat is saying. Rashid goes, that is a really good question. There's some of them I'm skeptical of. I can't trust the bro. Juan says I can't trust it as I see some inaccuracies with red pill philosophy. Um, KD says red pill isn't for women, but then again, it isn't an ideology. It's a praxeology. You shouldn't take it seriously like religion. I don't take the reason why I take the red pill. Shouts to KD for that comment. The reason why I take the red pill seriously is because it uh, it promotes all the things that feminism promotes. It promotes promiscuity. It promotes degeneracy, It promotes it promotes everything that that has influenced the culture that we currently have right now. The reason why this culture is this, but a lot of people really don't understand this. You have to understand that the reason why this culture is this bad is because of all of everything, that not just feminism but secular, they're all the same really and truly. Humanism, liberalism, they're all the same. They all believe in the same thing. It's because of all those beliefs that society is this bad. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Mm.
when we say it's just a praxeology, to be honest with you, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It is like a religion, because the modern men are looking to the red pill philosophy to answer their questions in terms of intersectional dynamics between men and women. KD also says it's there for men to adapt to the current sexual marketplace. However, you can still marry traditionally. No, well, not in the Christian faith. We have to let the state know. We have to let the government know. Whenever you get married, I got married in the church, and we still have to inform the government. The government has to be aware, and the laws still apply. But I also wanted to touch on that as well. I'm actually glad KD brought that up in regards to the law, because I don't think men should adapt to the marketplace, because the marketplace is degenerate. I think men should be focusing to change the marketplace rather than adapt to the marketplace. If you adapt to the marketplace, then you are literally helping the situation become even more degenerate.
Yeah.
The Bright OG1 says people who had kids with more than one wife for peace could still cause even more rivalries between future relatives. Does not think long term. The Brow John says clan would collapse. Katie, I don't agree with everything, nor do I blindly follow it. I actually disagreed with Myron's 50 body count. Exactly, 50 body count. That should tell you right there. um Clan or confederacy more likely to collapse. That's what the Brow John says. Rashid Richardson says red pill women know that men will pander with them more than men because of their gender. We find it sexy that women are on our side. That's very true, Rashid. That's very true. Katie said, yeah, I guess you're right. Katie says the audience will blindly follow. Katie says, great points. Hopefully you get on Fresh and Fit. Like, I can't wait till I get on Fresh and Fit. I will literally dismantle the entire ideology.
Why don't
But
you call? You should
sorry, go
call him.
ahead.
You should call
Sorry.
into that. Day.
Huh?
You should call into that. They have like a call-in section.
Bro, I need to know when they do the calling sessions, because I really
Yeah.
want to feature in the calling sections, because I really want to dismantle that entire ideology once and for all, because it is a lie. Even Myron himself will not follow his own advice. Myron is out here calling. Sorry, Hassan, I know I've been speaking for a while.
No,
Myron
because
is out here calling for men to have a body count of he's telling
50.
men get 50 body counts, don't get married, don't do all of that. And listen, guys, I will tell you, don't get married to a modern woman. If you get married to a modern woman, you are a fool. Yeah, you are a fool if you get married to a modern woman. This is what I would tell you: don't get married to a modern woman. But Thingy says because of the laws, don't get married at all. But guess what Myron is going to do? Myron
Oh,
is going to fly out somewhere else.
sure,
He's
sure.
he usually says, "Oh, these religious women's are all the same," and no, which is a lie, which is a complete lie. But guess what he's going to do? He's going to fly out somewhere in the Middle East where he already has his virgins arranged. The families know about it. He's going to have his wife, because he's made quite a lot of money. He's going to have his wives, and guess what? All of his wives are going to come, are going to be virgins. All of his wives are going to believe in Islam. They're all going to be religious. So why don't you show us how it's done in the West?
I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think because once a woman, because these virgin women, they're not like self checkout. You don't just pick one up and then just go about your business. And usually the parents will be involved, and the parents will say, "What's your background? What do you do?" "Oh, I used to be a guy who used to pimp, and well, not pimp, but I used to have a talk show talking about women and blah blah blah." All right, cool, man. Go somewhere else, man. Thanks, man. It doesn't work like that. I can see the plan. It's doomed from the. It's a delusion. It's a delusion than anything else. I
No,
mean, of course,
Myron said that he already has what did he say? His family already has connections back where he lives, and they've already arranged, certain things basically, and of course his family
and
are going to talk to their
would that
family and so on.
would that be a marriage that would last? Do you think because the woman isn't a blank slate in a sense, devoid of character and personality and things like this. She would clearly notice that this person's a bit weird and
No, I disagree. I
go
think
ahead.
it will definitely last. Why? Because
Yeah,
he's a man who has made money.
yeah,
He uh and remember the when they get married, the families are involved. All right. So he
sure.
kind of just he meets them. Well, first he has to see whether he likes the girls and so on and so forth. And remember, in Islamic culture, that there's a lot of respect and devotion for men.
Is
So
that?
but hold on a second. The girls are going to be virgins. They're going to be
Yeah,
young and virgins.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? It will
yeah,
definitely last. It will definitely last. But what I'm saying is, he will not try his philosophy here
yeah.
here in the West. Why? Because he knows he's dealing with a modern woman. That's the
Okay.
problem. He knows he's dealing with a modern women that have modern values that align with feminism. And those modern values do not help when it comes to being a mother, when it comes to being a wife, when it comes to raising a family, when it comes to having a legacy. He understands that. Myron understands that. This is why I call him a hypocrite. Why? Because he will fly out. He doesn't like to bring religion into the red pill philosophy. But guess what? But
Yeah,
guess what? When it comes to him, he's going to bring religion all over that red pill philosophy. He's going to fly all the way out there and get his wife, make sure she's a virgin, make sure she believes in God, make sure she's faithful to her religion, make sure she's got good family, make sure all of those things are in place, which is what people were doing in this country 100 years ago. All right, the
yeah,
people in this country didn't even date. They didn't even date. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
The family would meet the man would approach the father would speak to him, and then
yeah,
he would speak to his daughter, then he would speak to his family, and then the families would come together, and then they would arrange a marriage date, and then they would get married, and so on and so forth. That's how it used to be. There was no dating.
yeah,
And it's the same thing, but Myron isn't doing that. So now going back to the question, are women in the red pill space to be trusted? Rashid made a very important comment earlier. He said something about um, you know men pander to them. Red pill women know that men will pander with them more than men because of their gender. We find it sexy that women are on our side.
hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I don't find it sexy at all. I think it's anything for me. It's nothing but suspicious and strange. You're sitting on a panel, just because usually they're not married, and if they are married, their husbands allow them. Well, not allow them. Well, their husbands are comfortable with them having a career, just speaking to random people. I don't know. It's to me, it's not cute at all. It's just you're trying to sell me something that you're not really aware of or understand fully, and that you have no real they don't have any skin in the game, as it were. So to me, it's just weird at best.
Oh, I see, I see. But let's deal with the red pill philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Because I reckon that it's not even about whether women can be trusted or not trusted, or whether men can be trusted or not trusted. Is what is the philosophy that they are pushing? What
Mhm.
is this philosophy? All right, it's called the red pill philosophy. And what does the red pill philosophy call for? What does the red pill philosophy say? The red pill philosophy says that men shouldn't get married. The reason why they shouldn't get married is because women are no longer virgins, because of the laws. They say that the laws are unfair. The laws of the land are unfair to men, so therefore men should not get married to women because they could lose half, they could lose their children, and so on and so forth. Right?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what they say. That's the reason why they say men shouldn't get married. All
Hmm.
right, and also the fact that women initiate 80% of divorces. Now,
Hmm.
if let's entertain that idea, right?
Yeah.
Now, remember they don't say, oh, the reason why these women are initiating 80% of divorces is because morally they they don't believe in God. Morally they're not religious. Morally you know they don't say that. They don't bring morality into the argument. They just say all modern women are like this and this is how they are behaving, so therefore you cannot trust modern women, therefore men do not get married. All
Yeah.
right. And then they say that you have to have a body count of 50. You have to sleep with 50 women in order to understand female nature.
Yeah.
And sleeping with 50 women will allow you to understand female nature, so you will be able to
Yeah.
understand, you'll be able to kind of have you'll be able to understand women, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to you won't be conned by women,
Yeah.
because you understand female nature. That's the argument that they make. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, well, before I get into the legal side of things, let's look at someone like Tyrese. Tyrese recently went viral, or should I say, he went viral, and his girl went viral. Well, his ex-wife went viral.
Yeah.
Tyrese is an R&B star that became an actor, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tyrese has way more than, when it comes to body count, he slept with quite a lot of women or throughout his life. So he should understand female nature, right?
Sure. See you go. See you go.
He can't talk about money because Tyrese definitely has money.
Yeah.
So according to according to the red
My.
pill philosophy,
Yeah.
why wasn't he able to realize that he shouldn't have married a modern woman? Because he got married to a woman who divorced him.
Yeah.
Uh, he didn't cheat. He didn't do anything. Just divorced him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Divorced him, and now she wants 10,000 a month.
Yeah.
And they've been going to court for the last few years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why wasn't he able to recognize that she's a modern woman and he shouldn't have got married with her? If the red pill philosophy works,
Yeah. Why didn't he? Is that the question?
yeah,
Um. What's that expression? You live by the sword, die by the sword. Is that the
yeah,
expression?
yeah, 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 yeah.
That pretty much sums up. You can't just have your cake and eat it, or whatever the expression is. You can't be going from one woman to the other and then expect to be not beguiled by one of those type of women that that are targeting you and presenting you with what you want to see, because you have this perception that this false perception that the more women that I interact with, or that women have no influence over them to a certain extent, or that have no value, right? I guess maybe that's the false perception. Can't take advantage of them, can't use them, because they've slept with a lot of women, right? I've slept with X amount of women, therefore they cannot manipulate me. It's if you assume, if you have the ignorance to believe that a sexual interaction is some sort of a chess game, or a notch count, or or whatever it is, and has no consequences, with because the right one may have come along 10, maybe 15 years down the line for Tyrese, 10, 15 years ago. And he may have just considered it a number, like I'm assuming, and just moved on to the next one. Same with Myron. It could have been the fifth woman he was with, or the third woman he was with, when he could have just chosen that woman, settled down with her, started a family, just carried on from there, instead of using women as some sort of, as I say, a notch count. There are consequences for that.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned the word consequences say the term consequences.
Yeah.
Let me just read out some of the chats. Katie says, yeah, I guess great point. Fridays, yeah, Fridays. Say no more, bro. Say no more. The bro G1 says Myron's future descendants, if not raised right, might fight each other. Consequences of Myron's decisions using multiple women as a cum bucket. Oh my lord. The bro G1 says he's Sudanese, Africa, Middle East. KD says Sneeko is best friends with Myron, and he always questions why Myron uses those toilet 304s, laughing out loud. There's a video about them talking about it. I think I watched it. He puts it on them all the time. What's his name? Sneeko. KD, I love Myron, but he has a woman addiction. His body count is 447 and counting, apparently, laughing out loud. He can't he can't stay away from women. Yeah, that's the real issue. The
Yeah.
real issue is lust. That's the real issue. He tries to justify it by
Mm-hmm.
using biology, but the real issue is lust.
Mm-hmm.
He lusts over women, and he wants to basically fulfill that lustful feeling. That's really what Byron is doing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I'm going to explain why that is.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Juwan says Myron's. I think I read this one. Yeah, I get it. Rashid goes. Myron and other red pill fools will end up like modern women. It will end in chaos. Rashid goes. Rashid goes. The bro. I agree. I agree, bro. Okay. Katie says you guys should watch the After Hours with Sneeko. Sneeko was making valid points about marriage and kids. Exactly. The Bro G1 says, I agree. Mission failed. Get them next time. Yes, subordinate can manipulate or a lord or wait and become the head. Okay. Yeah, the problem is, listen, let me tell you something, guys. Did you know that the relationships that are more likely to last long term or forever are two people who are virgins, both male and female? That's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
According to the statistics, if you have a female virgin and a male virgin and they get together, all right, they
Mm-hmm.
are they are more likely to last long term or forever. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Now, isn't it funny that religion says the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it funny?
Mm-hmm.
Religion warns against promiscuity.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, promiscuity affects women. It also affects men. Now, it will affect women, I would say, in a harsher way than it will men. But with men, is more the problem with men. The way it affects men is it makes us lustful. Look at the entire sex industry. The entire sex industry is funded by men. Why is it funded by men? Because of our lust. When you look at religious men, a religious man doesn't need to sleep with 50 women in order to understand female nature. Because if that was the if that's the case, if that's the case, how come religious people are more likely to stay married? According to the statistics, religious people who do not engage in Myron's belief system of being promiscuous and sleeping with 50 women, how come these people, yeah, tend to stay in tend to have long-term marriages? They don't get divorced. The divorce rate is very low amongst religious people. But when you go into the secular world, you can see the divorce rate is high. Or should I say marriages are declining? They're not even getting.
Let me. You made a good point. You said religious men or men of conscience, having a conscience, I guess. But religious men don't need 50 bodies to understand women or something like this. You said, right?
Yeah. You don't need to sleep with 50 women in order to understand, because you wouldn't choose a modern woman in the first place. You would
So,
choose a virgin in the first place. No more. So let me just finish this point, bro.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, go for it.
A religious man is, for example, the difference between me, yeah, I won't put it on me, but the reason between a religious man and a modern man is that a religious man wouldn't put up with a modern woman. He wouldn't go out with a woman that wanted to have a career. He wouldn't go out with a woman that wanted to prioritize her job over her family, her job over being a wife. He wouldn't go out with a woman that wanted to that has a high body count, or even that has any body count at all. A true religious man would not tolerate that. He would not. The things that he would seek out for is different. Now, when you look at modern men today, these guys are calling a woman with 5 body counts a virgin, as if she's telling you the truth. These guys, these guys, these guys are saying 10 body counts for a woman is acceptable. Now we all know that you don't have to be a religious man. You don't have to be you don't have to be a religious man in order to not like a woman with a high body count. All right. But a religious man knows that, understands that. A traditionally conservative religious man understands that. All right. And he didn't, guess what? He didn't sleep with 50 women.
Yeah, and this is the problem. So the red pill that points out the problem doesn't present a solution. The solution is focus on yourself. And the women in the red pill are saying focus on the women. The women are wrong, the women are this, the women are that. So not only is it a distraction, it's a compounding of the distraction. Because ultimately, it's better yourself as a man, better your habits, have more self-control, have a fear of consequences on your morality that don't necessarily bear fruit today, right? Because the argument is have self-discipline so you can have this, that, and the other. Well, have self-discipline for self-discipline's sake, because there's certain things you can't take into account. For example, Tyrese's situation, has all the money, has everything to provide. Instead of being an opportunity for a woman to say, I'm happy to take a secondary position, she says, no, I want half of what you've got. In fact, I want all of what you got. Even after I've left, I still want part of what you have. Oh my! And it makes the situation worse, far worse. Don't get married because they'll take half your stuff. Or just don't. How about focusing on not marrying the wrong one?
Yeah. How about focusing not marrying the wrong one? But the thing is, a modern man doesn't know what the wrong one is
Because he's wrong himself.
because he's wrong himself.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't acknowledge the fact that he's doing all of this for lust.
Yes.
Yeah, and what the red pill is doing is telling men that no, it's not for lust. It's your biological function. It's your biological urge. It's natural.
It's distracting, taking away responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. As if every single human being acts on every impulse that they have.
Yeah.
We don't act on every impulse that we have. We don't sleep with every woman that we see. We don't do that. Regardless of how attractive we are to that woman, regardless of how attractive that woman is, men don't just to hold yourself, to show some sexual discipline and so on and so forth. So, but what they basically saying is this is the modern men mentality. This is why we have the sex industry that is literally funded by men. Who's paying for these girls' OnlyFans? Is who? It's men.
The audience as well.
Yeah. It's men that are paying these girls' OnlyFans, men that are funding the sex industry, men that are literally tolerating bad behavior from women online. All right, because they're encouraging it, this bad behavior, by liking their pictures, by doing all of that type of stuff. All right, and then they want to complain about the women that they produce.
Two things I want to say. One, they adapt their behavior in response to the women, which is just weird. Don't pay them too much attention. Don't do this. Don't do that, because they'll have. Why do you care about this 3 or 4 so much? Well, whatever the expression is. Why do you care about her state of mind in the first place? Focus on you. Be a person of moral character, whether that bears fruit that you can see or not. Right. Secondly, and this is a point that I think it's reasonably important, that they know that once they bring on these OnlyFans girls, their subscription goes up, skyrockets. What they should say is, hey, you guys are just being silly. We bring on these women to expose their nature, although you shouldn't be focusing on them in the first place. I'm sure there's a lot of viewers that probably didn't know what OnlyFans was before they saw them, and then now they're watching them. They know that it's a website and whatever it is, right? And then their subscription of the cast members or the girls they have on there goes up. So they should say, hey, can you guys stop subscribing to these OnlyFans women? we'll just talk to you and we'll go from there because clearly you're distracted. But then they might lose their viewership. So
No, no,
it
no.
might,
The thing is, they do tell men like you guys are fools for basically subscribing to these women. They do that. But the thing is, they understand that men are so lustful that they're gonna do it anyway. So it's a good way of fooling someone. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They understand that men are that tempted. Modern men
But
are.
they put the Instagram on there. They say put her take her when they kick one out. They say take off her Instagram off the thing. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They do. Yeah, yeah.
they're
Absolutely, they do.
these women to a certain extent.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm sure they are, and the women are using them. The women are using their platform in order to get more subscriptions and more subscribers, and they're using those women in order to attract a larger crowd and so on and so on,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
that's exactly the game that they're playing, but they're both as bad as each other. To be honest with you, my problem is with the red pill is that it takes morality completely out of the equation,
yeah,
and and that makes it unrealistic. And
yeah,
that's my issue with the red pill, because once you inject morality, the entire philosophy breaks apart. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand what the world would look like if marriage didn't exist.
Yeah,
Let me give you guys like kind of like an idea of what the world would look like. Look at how bad the world is today, right now in the Western world. Right? Just look at how bad the world is. Just let's look at USA and England, for example, right? Look, and isn't it funny that when you look at the marriages, they have been steadily declining. As things been getting worse, so has the marriages also steadily declining.
mm. Yes.
Do you see the correlation?
Oh, the
Marriage
trend. Yeah,
decline, society gets worse.
yeah,
Marriages decline, society gets more hedonistic. Because what people are not realizing is this.
yeah.
What do you think a man will do? And I'm gonna bring the Donovan. I don't know if you watched this, but I think we should watch it. The Donovan Sharp, I think, is a fresh and fit.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He just got
yeah,
married.
he just got married, bro. It wasn't marriage, bro. But we need to react to that because that shit was funny as hell. But
Uh,
um, but yeah, what was that? What was that saying basically? Yeah, as the correlation is as marriages decline,
hmm
society get worse. Society gets more hedonistic, gets
hmm
more violent. When you
hmm
look at men become more hedonistic, more lustful, more violent,
hmm
more selfish, only thinking about themselves. Do you see what I'm
hmm
saying? So do women.
hmm
So do women. And this is what I'm saying.
hmm
When a man has a family, he becomes more grounded. He
hmm
has a purpose. He has a reason.
hmm
He thinks about his legacy. He thinks about what's important in life. He becomes a better contributor of society. Because he's no longer living for himself.
hmm
Okay, but think about the term "living for myself." What does that mean? Let's
I
say
don't know.
I'm living for myself. I've made loads of money. I'm a
hmm
high value man, right?
hmm
I've got all this money sitting around.
hmm
I don't want to get married because if I was to follow the red pill philosophy, if I got married, then
hmm
that means I lost everything. Because she can take half, right? I lost
Yeah,
everything. If
yeah,
I got married, according to the red pill philosophy, I lost.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? The modern woman just won. All right.
yeah.
What do you think I'm going to do with all this money? All
I
right.
don't know.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my red pill philosophy to have a whole bunch of chicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
On a rotation.
yeah,
I'm gonna have a whole bunch of chicks on a rotation. It comes down to nothing but promiscuity. It comes down to nothing but just satisfying my lustful desires for women. That's what it really comes down to. I can't get married because if I get married, yeah,
yeah,
that's it. I'm done. Yeah.
yeah,
If I get married, that's it. I lost the game. Now,
yeah.
okay. So what do I do then? So what do I do? How do you think I'm going to satisfy my sexual desires, bro? I'm going to look at my money and I'm going to say,
Yeah,
"Ooh, women like money,"
yeah,
so I'm going to have a whole bunch of chicks on rotation. What's
yeah,
the likelihood of me? And now let's say I have a kid. I want a kid.
yeah,
If I'm holding the red pill, I can't have a kid because if I have a kid with her, she
yeah,
can she can take me to the government. Do you see what I'm saying? She
Yeah,
can
yeah,
take she can take my kids away. She can ask me for money. She can do all of that, all of those things. So
yeah.
what that leads to? It leads to a man um satisfying his lustful desires, spending his entire life. Instead of worrying about his legacy, he's going to be satisfying his lustful desires,
Mm,
and it comes down to a man basically not having kids, which actually coincides with what's his name. It agrees with what's his name, Rolo Tomasi, about
mhm.
getting a vasectomy, no family creation, and all of that. It leads to no family creation because you can't create a family like that. You
Yeah,
really can't. This is how important marriage is. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how important marriage is.
sure, 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 sure.
Yeah, okay, let me just read some of these comments, bro, before you come back. And I do want to react to that Donovan. If you want to call that marriage, boy,
I I saw a clip of it. It seems okay. I mean, good for him.
no, bro, that was not okay. Hold on a second. Yes, Sabona came on a little bit. Women assassins would have the bro. You want says shouts to the bro. You want women assassins would have killed Myron during a during certain eras would be dead right now. Joker, bro. His descendants might denounce him. Zero is virginity. Exactly. Most men want a virgin. Want a virgin. They don't want a woman with a body count. Even one is a problem for most men, to be honest with you.
Mm,
OG1. Hold on. And let me just say one thing about the whole virgin situation, right?
mm,
Um, I think the stronger your morals are, the more moral you are, the more religiously moral you are, the more you would insist on a woman that's a virgin rather than a woman that has been run through, which is what most modern men are doing anyway. The
mhm.
bra one says red pill equals lust, not friendship to actual love. It's true. Uh Shouts to KD. KD saying, yes, exactly. Not every woman is my type. Not like I want to sleep with all of them anyway. Most guys, you're right. You're right, KD. You're right. You're right. You're right. But there's some grimy guys out there. Trust me. The bro John says Myron would have gotten disease during a certain era. Syphilis, bro, would have gone mad for nothing. True. Greed, money, sad. Yeah, basically, red pill to me is just a way of getting men to not have kids and to
Mm,
be more promiscuous.
mm,
Basically, it's a way to destroy men. It's a way to
mm,
destroy them. But they disguise it under the idea of the truths, the intersexual dynamic truths that they mention. Those are true. Those are truths. So people fall for those intersexual dynamic truths, but the final message is completely corrupt and worked. Yeah, bro, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so it's
What's your input? What's your input in this?
well, this is the thing. Me and you agreed to like 99.99%. The red pill should have just just they shouldn't you just avoid that. It's a waste of time. There are some truths, but they're half truths, which is basically a lie in most cases. But why women would be in this space? I think it's just opportunistic, and these women don't suit the characteristics of the woman that they're trying to suggest is worthy of being in a relationship with. They're generally it's a grift in most cases, and it's unfortunate that things have gone so downhill that it's opportunity. It's a money making opportunity, an opportunity just to earn some money online and what have you, but and not benefiting the individual. So you'd have like for example, Pearl is probably the best example I can think of. She really just it seems like she's looking for an opportunity just to be on YouTube and promote her whatever it is, her channel and make the most of it, but doesn't necessarily present any beneficial solutions to the audience. It's really just a case of these women are stupid and they're this and that. Well, most why would a man tolerate a lot of the guests that she has on her panel, a lot of the women that she has on the panel for even a moment? And if these men are waiting for Pearl to give them guidance, then things are really gonna stray.
The thing is, I would be happier with the red pill if they said, look, we're talking to modern men. That's it. We're not talking to religious people. Then
Yeah.
yes, once you make that distinction, I'm
Yes.
happy with that. But
Yeah.
what they like to do is they like to attack the trad cons,
Mm.
the traditionally people who hold to traditional conservative values, which tend to be religious people more often than not.
Even
So
they're,
sorry,
even they're a bit of a problem, to be honest with you.
even
Tradcons,
even who say that again?
tradcons, traditional conservatives.
Yeah. They've been attacking traditional conservative guys because traditional conservative guys
Yeah,
basically expose
cons
the
are a bit weird though. They're a bit weird.
yeah, what traditional conservative guys.
Yeah,
You reckon?
I think just call yourself a Christian and then that's it, or call
Yeah,
yourself a
yeah.
Muslim. That's I don't like these watered down terms because if you still call yourself a Christian, there's a particular book and a scripture and a way to practice that scripture that you can be made accountable for, right? That could be the how do you say it? That could be the benchmark we measure your how true you are to your values and we can measure you by. But to say trad con and we're conservatives, we're traditional conservatives, and we don't like these blah blah blah. I'm and it's just entertainment really. I don't view them as traditional conservatives in most cases because traditional conservatives speak in a certain way, act in a certain way. They don't sit around on at a table with women who sell their bodies online and say, "Oh, you're this, you're that," and blah blah blah. Better to call them to good, and if they accept it, they accept it. And if they don't, they don't. Just move on.
I,
Promote your.
yeah, I agree with you. They should just call themselves Christians. I don't know why they're calling themselves traditional conservative.
Yeah,
I really don't understand. They should just call themselves Christians.
yeah.
Shouts to KD. KD says, I don't agree with Pearl with most things, but at least she doesn't sleep around like most modern women do.
Mm.
I absolutely agree with you. My issue, I don't really have an issue with just Pearl. My issue is the lies that she tells when it comes to the fact that it's different when a person is religious in comparison to when a person is modern. So values mean something. Okay, morality means something, and she likes to act as if no. A person who believes in religious values is just the same as a person who believes in modern values. That is absolutely false. And the fact that she keeps saying the same thing, it's what in a sense kind of gets on my nerves a little bit because that's you're being disingenuous now.
Is
You're
what's
being
it called? They call it. They call it straw
yeah,
man
go
argument.
say
She's
that again.
straw manning. Is that the expression?
Yeah. But yeah, she is. But
Straw man
she's being
argument.
really and truly. I'll just say she's been disingenuous because she's been told many a times by different people
Yeah,
that she brings to the platform. They've told her many a times that when it comes to religious sectors, when it
yeah.
comes to believe people that believe in religious values, regardless of what religion they have,
Uh huh.
they are less likely to divorce than, for example, people who hold to modern values. But
Mm-hmm.
because she's peddling this
Mm-hmm.
red pill philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and right now it's the bread and butter, and it's
Mm-hmm.
given a lot of attention. Not that she needs the bread and butter; she comes from a wealthy family.
Yeah.
But right now it gives a lot of clout, a lot of attention. Um, she she neglects the distinction between the both. She neglects the distinction between the people who hold to religious values and people who hold to modern values. People
Mm-hmm.
who hold to modern values, a woman that holds to modern values does not believe in being a wife, does
Mm-hmm.
not believe in being a mother. A woman that holds to modern values believes in having a job.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she believes in. She will choose a job over a family. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when it comes to modern people, when she's talking about modern people, I agree. I agree. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. But instead of her saying, "Well, the solution is for you guys to change your morality, your moral values," she doesn't say that. And when she knows damn well that when it comes to religious sectors, the divorce is extremely low.
Hmm.
But she's even said one thing that's also worried me about her. She said that even if there's a 10% chance of divorce,
Hmm.
a man shouldn't get married.
They use the parachute example. If there's a 10% chance this parachute won't work, will you still take the parachute?
Yeah,
It's it's an extreme example, and it doesn't apply because you're just a man and she's just a woman, and if you just take the right precautions to see that this person isn't a lunatic, then you're not going to end up dying, hitting the ground at a million miles an hour. And they use Stephen Crowder as an example. He was a traditional conservative and whatever, and he.
hold
I
on.
mean,
KD made an important point. Sorry, Hassan. Sorry, Hassan.
go for it.
KD said, "I think it's because some tradcons are not religious." It's true. I think okay, that's what he means. Okay, okay. I see what KD is saying now. There are people that call themselves traditionally conservative people, but they're
Mhm,
not necessarily religious. But the root of it is religion,
mhm,
is Christianity. Basically, it's
mhm,
just that there are some cultural Christians
mhm,
that don't like to call themselves Christians publicly, so they call
mhm.
themselves traditionally conservative guys. So sorry, bro, you given the analogy in regards to the
Yeah, so they use Stephen Crowder as the person to represent the traditional conservative, or in a sense, the Christian path of getting married, and how it didn't work out for him, and how it's all a waste of time. And I wouldn't look at Stephen as a traditional Christian. He's not the typical example of a Christian, in my opinion. Anyway, not that I'm one to. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you think?
he's not.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. He's not. You don't hear him talk about Jesus Christ. You don't hear him talk about you know he uses Christian logic to to combat a lot of the left ideology,
Yeah.
but he's not really
Yeah.
Christian like that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
So it's grifting at its grifting, but being opportunistic in its purest form. Just straw manning other people's ways of life, and then saying, "No, that doesn't work," and then that doesn't work, and you should only do this, and feeding off people's fears pretty much, and insecurities. Because a lot of the people who watched Fresh and Fit, very insecure, man. It seems like very very childlike. The staff are very childlike. I've noticed they'll just say nonsense, and there was that one episode I saw or clip. It was an Iranian American lawyer. She said, "I used to earn X amount as a lawyer, and then when I went OnlyFans, I make the same amount of money a
Oh
month."
yeah, that's more than women for you.
Yeah, yeah. The logic is there. I get it.
You see, it comes down to your values. It comes down to what you
What?
believe in.
Yeah, what are you willing to sacrifice? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it comes down to what you believe in. So, for
yeah,
example, if a woman called herself a Christian
yeah,
and she's not a virgin, she's got a high body count,
yeah,
she's going to the clubs all the time, she
yeah.
wears mini skirts and all of that type of stuff. My
Argue.
brother, I would say, um, you can call yourself whatever you want to call
Yeah.
yourself, but
Yes.
am I going to marry you or entertain you? No
Yeah.
way.
And
I don't.
would you leave your money with them, even though they call
No
themselves?
way. No way.
Ah,
No way. No. This is what I'm saying. You don't.
back today, okay? Oh, and they call themselves Christians, but you won't leave your money with them.
No. No. But the thing is, because there's a difference between what a person calls themselves
Yeah.
and what a person lives out. Jesus Christ says, "You will know them by their fruits,"
Okay.
meaning you will know them by their actions.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not not by what they talk. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know them by their actions. So when I see you doing all of these things,
Mm,
I'm sorry. Hold
mm,
on, let me just read out some of the comments. My brothers in the chat. The bro OG one, I think I missed this one. People need to use the proper term. Absolutely. The bro OG one says it's like calling the average white person from the Caucasian when they are not Caucasian, are from the Caucasus Mountains. Not all people from Caucasus are white. It's like calling the other. Okay, I've read that one there. Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to say, bro. And this is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. Now, I want to visit Donovan Donovan Sharp wedding.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call, because I'm gonna do a reaction on it. This is what I like to call a red pill wedding. A red
Mhm.
pill wedding made in the Western world.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't a wedding, by the
Yeah.
way. There
Yeah.
was there is no wedding.
You didn't like the catering, or what happened?
Uh,
You didn't like
you,
the
you're
catering?
gonna, we're gonna watch a little bit of it, yeah.
You can
And
upload it. You're gonna upload it here, or can we see
yeah,
it?
I'm gonna play it. You're gonna see it.
Fair
Hold on.
enough.
Donovan Sharp. Why do they call it wedding? It's not bloody.
Okay.
Do you
So
see
let me.
it?
I'm watching on YouTube now.
Hold on a second. Can you see the screen?
I can
Yeah.
see your cursor. I can see your cursor. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and I need to share the link. Copy the link. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to send it. Okay, guys, this is it. We are going to get married. I am now going to give the camera to our guy. Here we go. All right, we're live. No, you can turn it around. There you go. You ready? Let's go.
Upside down.
Okay.
It says orientation is locked.
Here, yeah, you can't do it inside. And here we are, guys.
Turn the bloody camera upside down, man.
All right, guys. Welcome to our wedding. This is going to be a very sort of informal thing. There is no what do they call it? An officiant. Pastor. Yeah, I'm the officiant. Okay.
He's the officiate. He's gonna officiate the wedding.
Yeah.
So there
Not
is
bad.
no authority over him. He's the one officiating the wedding.
I see what you're saying.
So he's gonna just make up whatever he wants.
Nice.
You know.
I'm the officiant and I run this. So we're going to exchange vows. She's got a few words for me. I've got some words for her. And then I will, by the power vested in me, Donovan Sharp, she's my wife.
By the power invested in him.
Nice.
Why did they hire Holford to do this? Is this inside his house?
No, this would be.
Huh?
I guess it's a big hall or something.
Yeah, it's a big hole, right? Exactly. Oh god.
Yeah, buddy. Gas me up.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Each day, when we wake up, we choose womanhood. You have taught me that the rent is due every day and not to take things for granted. A healthy garden takes watering, pruning, and attention in order to flourish. Thank you for demanding the best of me always. I promise to stand beside you, walk behind you, and be a reliable source of peace for you. I promise to show you my love through my actions, words, and thoughts. Together our lives are great, and the sky is the limit. I love you, and I'm happy to be your wife.
Go birds, baby. Cindy, it's been a hell of a ride. And the way we met was very unorthodox. Our relationship is very unorthodox. You're wearing a wedding ring now because, well, there you go. You've been wearing it for 7.5 years. But, like I said, I bring out the best in you, but you make me happy. You really do. I was
I'll bring out the best in you.
happy before you, and if you and I decide to part ways for whatever reason, I'll be happy without you.
If me and you decide to part ways, I'll be happy without you.
Oh, fair enough.
Very,
That's
very
good.
glad to have
Healthy.
someone like you in my life. I've been successful in many ventures in my life, and I've never really had someone like you. I really haven't. I'm glad that I made you into the woman you are today. And I'm glad that you continue to hold that standard. Um, success is really, really cool to have, to be financially successful, but it's much, much sweeter when you have someone like you to share it with. And so, by the power vested in me, I pronounce us man and wife.
No,
There you go. There's a red pill wedding.
nice. Nice.
Katie said, "Yo, Charles to Katie." Katie said, "Hey, at least he got married, bro. That's not a marriage. It's not a marriage. We're gonna get into it. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see some of what the chat is saying. Oh my god." um Basically, the people who are calling out, Katie says, basically, the people who are calling out the degeneracy are not credible at all. It's unfortunate that we have reached this point in society. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Pro OG once says, I see Jesus as an outlier, as I have been influenced and surrounded by multiple script. I am unbiased because of my experiences. Okay. Katie says, "Hey, at least he got married." Laughing out loud. I know you're joking, Katie. That is not a marriage, bro. The Brogy one says, "Less spine, self-respect, and dignity than Mr. Potato Head with beard." Bro, talk all day. Where the Brogy also says, "Where's the spiritual priesthood? There's no spiritual nothing. This is all him." The Brogy one says, "Bro, the type of Humpty Dumpty being for hide and just talk, no action while being raided by nomadic hosts with about gunpowder." This guy. KD says, I don't know what to feel about that. Laughing out loud. Yeah, laughing. By the power invested in me, he was officiating the wedding. So he was God, priest, law.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to comment too much on his wedding because I'm glad he's getting married. Good for him. It's it's a step
Not a
forward.
wedding, Hassan.
I just saw it. He's got
It's
the
not a wedding.
he got the ring and the people are clapping and he's got a purple shawl. That's nice, man, isn't it? She got the white dress on. It was an officiator in the wedding as well. Anyway, I don't know, man. I mean, I think yeah, it's a good point. It dilutes the value of marriage, but the value of relationships are diluted. It's a zero sum game. Either I lose or you lose, or if I lose, then all these weird things like prenups. If we get divorced, then you can't have this, and like it's meant to be a union between people, not out of love, but out of the love of their commitment to a godly way of life. Essentially, right? Initially, that's the purpose of it. Now it's just a business contract or a party, or and have the amount of relationships are ruined. Not all of them, of course, because there's good women out there and there's good men out there. And if you hold steadfast and say no, the majority of times, the right one will present themselves, and you say yes, and you carry on instead of saying yes to everything and like a casino, like a slot machine, a roulette machine, saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna play the odds, and the best thing for me to do is be invulnerable to women's sexual influence over me, and make sure that she signs this contract and blah blah blah." What the hell kind of game are they playing? Are they so beguiled and whatever? Bro, just calm down. The purpose is to have, if you're religious, to submit to the will of God, because God puts the desires on you for a woman, and God will put the desire for a woman into a desire for a man in a woman, and you act it out accordingly as best as you can, and then you have kids and you raise them right and commit yourself to raising the family and just going from there. But this, oh, she has this.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
Now go ahead.
No. Someone, Katie said, "Are you married?"
No.
Is Hassan married? No, he's not married. He's not married. Okay.
But inshallah, one day, inshallah.
Uh, stop being selfish, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Yeah. The bro John says, need no. He looks like Fauzi Tube from Wish. Who's that? I need to know who that is.
It's the
Need,
Egyptian guy. It's the Egyptian guy that's a bit,
oh,
the fake Drake concert and all that sort of stuff.
okay. Need help. No disrespect to Fauzi. How could Rashid says, how could any idiot take Donovan Sharp seriously now after this? Exactly. Is Hassan? No, he's not. The brother John says his hairs on his head and face didn't take him seriously. Hopefully one day, Katie says, hopefully one day you are, brother. So Katie
Appreciate KD. Appreciate that, KD.
basically the reason why that's not a wedding is because
Yeah.
he's the one playing God, playing the law, and playing the officiator.
Sure.
All right. So
Sure.
he's officiating marriage. So basically, there is no moral obligation on him because that's what God gives you. God gives you moral obligation. There is no legal obligation on him.
Yeah.
And there is no one officiating the wedding or presiding over the wedding and seeing what and almost witnessing the wedding as something that has taken place and has existed and so on. It has taken place. Sorry. So he is playing God, priest, law. You know what I mean? He's playing government. He's playing all of that. So he has no obligation. He has no moral obligation to nothing, to no one.
So is this where the red pill leads to? A hollow, inaccountable, unquantifiable show of a wedding, and then whatever. But why do it then? Is it just an event just to stop people talking, or I mean, I don't want to make an assumption of his relationship because I don't like doing that. But clearly, if the more red pills you swallow, or the more you digest the red pill, the more it flows into your bloodstream, the less value you have for marriage and relationships, and they become a thing. And I guess you become a thing because you become a person reflected by his. As Sneeko said, you're in your late 40s or whatever, and all you've got is nice things. Because he said it. He was talking to the red pill guys. He really turned quite. He did a really nice 180 at some point. And he said all you become is a guy in his 40s with a lot of nice cars and nice things, but no kids, no legacy, a wife that that's replaceable, and so on and so forth. And you become an almost inanimate object in a sense.
Yeah, that's what happens when you follow the red. Because remember, you can't get married because if you get married, she can take half. You can't have children because if you have children with her, she can take your children.
She can use them again.
She can use them against you and take your children by using the family courts.
What's the solution? Sorry, bro. So is it that because this red pill presents himself and is so popular because there is a problem? I remember I was working in one place and there was a guy. This is many years ago. He came in. You know these guys who collect cash. They used to work for G4S or something. They've got the full body armor and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And he comes. This is just a little story, just to add to the.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he's collecting cash, and then we're just talking, blah blah. Me and my colleague were just talking, and then he says, "Oh yeah, I don't know." He came into the conversation. He just says that he almost killed himself because his wife divorced him, and she stopped him from seeing his kids and whatever. And I remember thinking, okay, I was just very young at the time, so I didn't know what to do with that information. But this concept, this predatory concept that people get divorced and the woman, because I've seen it over and over again. I've even seen it on another on Ali Datwa's show. He did a relationship show, and one guy he mentions that him and his wife got divorced, and then the wife used the kids against him and said that he's touching my kids, blah blah, and then she can't see the kids. What solution if they don't if people don't accept this hollow solution? What solution do they have to protect themselves from what's become nothing but chaos?
Change your morals. Go back to God. Change your ways.
Even if these are people. These are on the Ali Dawah show. I could probably send you the link. But on the Ali Dawah show, at some point we can talk about it, I guess.
We have to, yeah.
It was a religious marriage, and then the guy, he gets divorced, and his wife says, and I've seen it in many cases. I remember being in an Uber and the guy telling me what my wife, she divorced. These are people from traditional families. My wife divorced me, and she won't let me see my kids, and blah blah blah, and she's using. I know I have a friend, right, who gets divorced. His wife is putting him through hell, right, and they've got a kid, and she uses the kid at times. So what solution is there? Even though you commit yourself,
the traditional couple, right?
yeah.
The traditional couple, they're Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, nothing is 100%. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. We are all human beings. We can all get tempted. But what I'm saying is what protect us is our moral values. This is why people who are religious and believe in these values, in these moral values, and who in a sense fear the authority of God, less likely to divorce. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. Does divorce happen within religious communities? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it much lower than the secular, feminist,
way of life,
liberal crowd? Yeah, a part of society. Yes, it's extremely much lower.
Yeah,
way much lower.
Yeah.
In Catholic religion, you're not even allowed to divorce. You can separate, but
Yeah.
you're not allowed to divorce.
Okay.
You can, which means you can't.
And the wife can't stop the husband seeing without justification. She can't without serious justification. She can't stop the kids, the husband from seeing the kids.
No, she can't.
Okay.
She can't. The church does not allow at all divorce. Only separation.
Okay.
Divorce is like it will basically become something like an annulment if divorce was to ever happen. But the circumstances for it, the reasons for it, it will have to be extremely grave. But
Okay.
what I'm basically saying is when it comes to religious sectors, okay, the divorce is way much lower. What does that mean? That means it still happens. It still happens. It can happen in religious sectors, but it's much lower compared to the what do you call it, to the liberal, feminist, secular.
Let's say you're irreligious. Sorry to interrupt. Let's say you're irreligious, and you're presented with the blue pill, which is, hey, commit yourself fully and be at a very low risk. I don't want to go all pearl on you here, but be at very low risk of being divorced and not being able to see your kids and being accused of this, that, and the other, simply because your ex-wife said so without presenting any evidence, or just go down the path of having kids and she has no attachment to you and you have no attachment to her and you can see your kids whenever and blah 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 and all this sort of stuff, but she can take nothing from you because you've committed nothing to her.
Give me the blue pill scenario again.
The blue pill is you get married, you commit yourself fully, right? You do everything you're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden she just says, you know what, I'm not interested in this anymore, or I'm not happy with you. And it does happen. It does happen, but not often enough. But I'm the woman says, I'm hearing that I deserve more and I am more, and although there's no quantifiable facts to determine this, and I may be just initiating divorce for the sake of initiating divorce, but you know what, I'm out. And if I feel like it, I might say you can't see your kids because you did this, that, and the other, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, then that means I married a modern woman. I didn't marry a traditional woman. That would be very difficult. But I did say it does happen. And if it does happen, then that means I can't blame myself. I'll take the blue pill because I know I made the right choice. I chose a woman who, when I was getting to know her, when she became my wife, she was a religious person. She was a virgin. She basically ticked all the boxes. She ticked all the boxes. So yes, I can't I can't get rid of every possible risk that there is. I can't do that.
Doesn't the red pill get rid of it?
Sorry?
Doesn't the red pill get rid of it?
They don't get rid of nothing. They don't
You
get
don't
married. They
married,
don't
so
get married.
you don't get married in the red pill because there's no risk of divorce. You
There-
may,
there's no,
you may
there's no
not. Say that again.
sorry, but there's in red pill, there's no risk at all. In fact, there is nothing at all.
Yeah. Okay. You
There's
risk because you have
not
nothing.
even children. There's not even children.
Yeah. Okay.
Children don't even exist in the red pill. Families don't exist in the red pill because remember, if you get married,
Yeah.
you just lost half of your stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she can take away the kids. If you get a girl pregnant,
Yeah.
guess what? She can take the kids. She can go to the family court. So as a person who believes in red pill and the red pill philosophy, you can't get married and you can't have kids. And we know that families come out of marriages.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be creating families, and you're definitely not going to be creating kids. Why? Because the whole idea of the red pill is to not allow the woman to take
Mhm.
advantage of you.
Mhm.
That's the whole that's the ideology behind it.
Mhm.
But the solution that they're proposing, instead of them saying, okay, here's how you mitigate the risks, all right?
Mhm.
You have to go back to religious moral values. You have to
Mhm.
choose a woman that's a virgin. She
Mhm.
has to make sure you have to make sure she has moral values and she fears God and she fears the authority. Instead of them saying that,
Mhm.
they don't. They say,
They-
you know, just avoid it altogether. But guess what? Carry on being promiscuous because it will help you understand female nature.
yeah. 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 And that alone.
It's basically feminism for men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feminism goes against marriage. Feminism is the reason why we have no fault divorce.
And it goes away from the family and all this.
Yeah, feminism tells women to prioritize a job over family. Feminism tells a woman that she's equal to a man.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
means there is no gender roles.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Feminism is completely against the creation of family. Guess what? Guess what the red pill is? It's completely against the creation of family. This is why Rollo Tomasi decided to write his 5 rules or 6 or 7. I don't know. I think it was 10
But
rules.
those rules aren't so literal, right? The
Uh,
vasectomy.
well,
So,
that's up, that is up to anyone's guess.
okay. Okay.
It could mean anything, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what he could have been thinking? As far as I'm concerned, it fits perfectly with the
Yeah.
red pill message. No
Yeah.
vasectomy.
Yeah.
And it's being disguised under being a high value man.
Yeah.
Get a vasectomy, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
No family creation, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? That's what feminism calls for. That's what red pill calls for. Avoid marriage. Come on, bro. Hold on a second. Let me just catch up with the
Sure.
comments here. A lot of comments here. Yes, yes, yes. My peoples they've been going in. How could any idiot take Donovan Sharp seriously now after this? I read that. Oh yes. Hopefully you are okay. He thinks is everything. The bro just he thinks is everything. Can't believe his ego bigger than Kevin Samuel's ego and hairline. This guy. Shouts to Kevin Samuels, man. Kevin Samuels was pro marriage.
Did you say
Kevin.
Kevin Samuels or KSI?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, shit, I read as Kevin Samuels. Bro, tell me if it's Kevin Samuels or KSI. Yeah, I think it's KSI. Sorry, I think you mean the
Because
bro.
it's patchy beard as well.
Yeah, he thinks he's everything. Can't believe his ego bigger than KSI's ego and hairline. My bad. I thought you meant Kevin Samuels. The Brouge one says no wife or kids and wife who are loyal. Sad. Yep. Rashid says DP is a hypocrite. Donovan Sharp is a hypocrite. He said it multiple times that you should never date or marry a woman who has a child. Look at him now. Yeah, apparently this woman was married before and had a child.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And a part of his advice used to be don't date women like that. He also used to say don't marry women. Sorry, don't date don't date
Come on.
older women.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
As you can see, his the lady that he's with, she's really old.
Okay.
And I think on Donovan Sharp's defense, he
Yeah.
did say he's not interested in having kids.
Okay.
All right. Maybe that's the reason why he went for her. He understood that a young woman would want kids because they're fertile. That's their purpose. They want to procreate.
Yeah.
But an older woman won't be that interested. Why? Because most of her eggs are gone. She's already going through menopause. You know what I mean? KD goes, are you talking about Madi Tihani?
Mehdi Tijani.
Madi Tijani. Who's that? Sorry, I
He's
don't know.
he's basically like a Muslim Red Pill. We should do a reaction to that one. I mean, so what Katie's referring to is the Ali Dawah show that I was referring to, and it wasn't that episode. It was another episode where, and I'll send you the link hopefully of the video that I was talking about. So Mehdi Tijani is basically like a Muslim Red Pillar. I wouldn't want to tarnish his name or misrepresent him in any way, but he did have a discussion with a sheikh. His name is Gabriel Romani. That's it. And so the sheikh was telling him, "You're a Muslim red pillar. You're introducing something new to the Muslim way of life, and you're taking. So it's a really good episode. I'll send it to you as well. So basically,
Your reaction to it.
yeah. So it's basically he's in a sense he's referred to as a Muslim red pillar. He does quote a lot of the references, or he does reflect some of the characteristics of the red pill beliefs or proxology or whatever it is, and but he presents it to a Muslim audience, and there's been a lot of pushback. But then again, a lot of people have subscribed. I think he's got like 180,000 subscribers now, and he's very popular.
I want to see what he's saying. I want to see what he's saying.
I'll say, the discussion with him and Gabriel Roman is the perfect one because he's a sheikh, he's a person who, from a religious perspective, and he's pretty much grilling Mehdi.
If he's coming from a religious standpoint, then me and him will probably, if his red pill message is coming from a religious, standpoint, then we'll probably agree on a lot of things. The bro John says, Mr. Potato Head from Wish thinks is everything. Can't believe his ego bigger than KSI's ego. Forehead and hairline patches. KSI beard patches fighting back. This guy, bro. No legacy in red pill, the bro Juan says. It's true. There is no legacy in red pill. You're just going to end up having sex with 50 women, and then you're going to end up having sex with 50 more women, and then 50 more women, and then 50 more women. And guess what? You can't get married, and you can't have children. Why? Because the government will come, most of these most of the KD shots, KD says most of these modern women are not even mothers. Exactly. I see them scrolling their phone while the kid is doing whatever. I see it all the time. They're not mothers. They're not mothers because they haven't grown up with those traditional values that come from religion. They are not mothers. They are feminists. That's why you have to look at whenever you're talking to a woman, you always look for feminist traits. And that's how you kind of find out who's who and what's what. Katie says, while in public, I see it all the time while in public, and then I think, what are the fathers doing? Or are they even around to check this behavior? The fathers ain't doing nothing because they are modern men. Modern men are more interested in a hedonistic lifestyle than they are in actually choosing the right woman. Because if these men cared about their legacy, they would try and think and think about the most important thing that they can do in their lives, which is to choose a woman. Because if you choose the wrong woman, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. And after this, I'm going to talk about the laws, because everyone says, well, the laws are unfair. The laws are unfair. I just want to touch on that before we finish. Katie also says, also Eddie Redzovic. I actually like Eddie. I used to hate him for some reason, but then I started listening to him about Islam and actually support him. Okay, I need to check that guy out as well. Eddie Redzovic, yeah? Okay. The Bright OG one says, protect the kids at all costs. Exactly, but protecting the kids meaning knowing how to choose a woman. Okay, most of these guys are falling for women with feminist traits because their hearts are so driven by lust. Their hearts are so driven by lust that they are blinded by the feminist traits that they see in women. They get fooled by it because they're only seeing the outward appearance of a woman. They fall in lust. They fall in lust with the outward appearance of a woman instead of her morals, instead of her dignity, instead of her beliefs, instead of her virginity. They want to fall in love with the outward appearance, which is what the Western world promotes when it comes to promoting women. They don't promote a good woman; they promote a bad woman. Now, a lot of modern men like to complain about the laws when really and truly, um, the problem is not the laws. The laws would put in place to protect the women. The problem is you are choosing a modern woman who will use the law to basically um destroy you, to basically destroy a man. All right. So it's not that the laws are wrong, because remember, the women are the weaker sex, right? They are the weaker sex, and they need protection because they give birth and they need provision. They're not as strong as us. All right. They're not built to work the amount of hours that we work to lift as heavy as we lift. They're not built like that. All right. So this is why a lot of protection is afforded to women legally and spiritually. You see what I'm saying? This is why we put up with a lot when it comes to women. So the problem is not that the laws are necessarily unfair to men. What it is that women, because they have been indoctrinated by feminism, and now they hold these values, all right, unconsciously or unconsciously, they are literally abusing and taking the piss. Okay, they're abusing these laws to basically get revenge, you know, for whatever, for example, a woman in this country, if she gets if she's pregnant, the government can give her a house, benefits, all of that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So that will incentivize bad behavior from women. That's what that will do. This is just a fact. If she's a feminist, she will. But for example, if you have a traditional woman who believes in respecting her man, in being a mother, in being a wife, the likelihood of her using these laws to destroy you, to take away kids, to take away your money, to take away all of that, it's low. It goes down considerably. Why? Because her values don't align with the feminist ideology that tells these women that you are equal to men, that you can that validates literally every bad behavior from women. So, yeah, that's my point on that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So, in summary,
Yeah.
are red pill women to be trusted? The red pill itself isn't to be trusted, and they're just two sides of the same coin.
Yep.
They're most of them are opportunistic. Most of it's for show, and they're not presenting a solution because the red pill isn't a solution. They're just compounding and just another distraction.
I agree with you 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. The red pill itself, as a philosophy, is destructive to men. It aligns with feminism. That's what it does. That's what it does. It aligns with feminism. It's destructive. It doesn't incentivize family creation. All right. Why? Because if you get married, guess what? She can take half. Yeah. If you get, but guess, if you get married, she can take half. If you have a child with that woman, she can take your children away. But guess what? Guess what type of women will do that to you? Women that hold feminist values. Guess what type of woman that will not do that to you, or are less likely to do that to you? Women that believe in being mothers, women that fear God, that believe in being a wife, that believe in all these type of things. So it really comes down to moral values, and it's interesting to see that the red pill does not want to inject morality or add the moral argument into their philosophy. They
Well,
don't want
why don't do that? Why don't they do that? Is it because it's less? Because once you're presented with that solution, all problems fade away, and it draws accountability to the men, or is it? 'Cause I think that's what it is. I think it points the finger at the audience and says, "Hey, do better. Work
Yeah.
on your morals, and then the right one will come along, or you'll see the wood for the trees, as they say."
Yeah, because if you have the right morals, then you can tell the
Yeah,
right.
you don't. Yeah, you don't need no pills.
Yeah, you don't need no pills. You can tell the right woman because a religious man that's
Yeah,
interested in raising a family,
yeah,
he's not even going to talk to a whore. He's
yeah,
not even going to entertain a slut
yeah,
because
yeah,
guess what? It's against his own beliefs.
yeah, yeah,
He thinks when a woman behaves like that is
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
He'll
yeah,
look at her and say, "Sister, you shouldn't be doing this.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
go and get yourself together."
yeah, yeah,
Do you think that type of man would ever consider
yeah,
a woman like that to get
yeah, yeah.
married to raise his children?
Mm.
Never.
Uh-huh.
So red pill will not add morality into their philosophy, into their arguments,
Yeah,
because it will destroy it. Like you said, it will point the finger at men.
yeah,
And since and the thing is, the reason why I point the finger at men is because men are the leaders. I'm not sitting here as a man expecting women to change anything.
mm-hmm,
You've got a whole bunch of weak men, feminized men, simp men, literally
mm-hmm,
sitting here and thinking, yes, it's the woman to blame. No, it's the woman you pick.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
And guess what? You're the one doing the picking.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And why are you doing that picking? Because morally, most of these men are most of these there's two different types of men. There's the modern men and the traditional men.
mm-hmm,
The modern men, yeah, the
mm-hmm,
modern men only thinks about is having sex with different girls. It's lust, money, lust, money, lust, money. That's what they are driven by.
mm-hmm. Like a mouse in a maze. I'll
There
tell
you
you a story. Let me present you a little story before we wrap up. A friend of
go.
mine, this is many years ago. This must have been 12 years ago now. We were a lot younger, in our early 20s. So I'm in my mid 20s. Although I look younger. um, he found a girl at work that he liked. He was working with a girl that he liked. She was early 20s as well. Single mother, had a kid already outside of marriage, and but he liked her, and he's Muslim, she's Christian. They got married a little bit like this Donovan Sharp situation. They got married in a mosque and a church. And I remember him telling me, we're gonna have this ceremony at this church, and then we're gonna have the other part at the mosque, blah blah. As a joke, I said, because for me, as a man, weddings aren't that important to me. Like, you're the one getting married. Just be thankful that I'm just showing up. That's my mentality. Just that's it's not. I don't want a brochure of what. I don't want to schedule what's going on. Whereas I'll show up and I'll do what I need to. That's my mentality. It's not an event for me. It's an event for the man getting married and the woman. Good for you. But for me, like, I just show up. I'm here for the free cake and just to show my face, pretty much. That's what that's what I said to him. That's what I said to him. I said to him, hey, as a joke, I said to him, because he's giving him a schedule. He's telling me that we've got the church part, and we've got the mosque part, and we've got this and that. And the man in me, just, I don't want to be so overwhelmed by a mission, pretty much an event. So I said to him, I'm just showing up to eat, whatever, cool. It is what it is, right? He told his wife, and then his wife to be, and then he came back to me and he told me, my wife said, if you don't show up to both events, or she said, if you don't show up to both events, you're not invited. And he said it with a serious face. And I was like, oh my, I thought to myself, already she's giving you orders of what to tell your friends and how to behave and so on and so forth. And the marriage hasn't even started yet. But hey, whatever. For various reasons, I didn't end up going because there was long issues, but I didn't end up going. I saw him after the wedding. And guess what happened? 6 months later in the marriage, he saw her texting her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend, and trying to, rekindle a relationship, and they ended up getting divorced in the end. And I thought to myself, you committed yourself fully to this woman, and then she just, after a few months, considers you to be, just somebody that she used to know, in a sense. So yeah, it goes back to how useless the red pill is. You can have everything you want, right? But if you're not focused on watching your own actions and how you behave as a man, and what you will morally accept, right? What you would consider to be moral and okay. If you don't watch that, if you don't measure that carefully, then it doesn't matter what woman you're presented with, you'll always be at a loss.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it always comes down to the men noticing these red flags. I
Yeah,
want to start teaching men how to see, or how to witness what do you call it, feminist traits, how
yeah,
how how to notice feminist traits in women. This is what I want to train men to be able to see. But the thing is, if you have a lustful heart,
yeah.
it will be very difficult for you to, for you to fight the temptation. Do you see what I'm
And
saying?
even if you're presented with the right one, you'll be unsatisfied when you should be satisfied. The focus on men is underestimated. The moral weakness of men, because it's just been neglected. It's just like having morals is just it's entertainment. It's a hobby. It's something that is archaic and old fashioned amongst some men, and they're underestimating the value of having character and morals, and having restrictions upon yourself that don't necessarily bear fruit in ways that you can see. Saying no for the sake of saying no to yourself um, could bear fruits in ways you can't measure. Yeah, you can go to the gym, you
Because
can exercise and whatever, and you can see the fruits. But saying no to interacting or socializing with women or entertaining women that are of low character, and saying no to that, a bears fruit you can't see. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, I interrupted.
it's called the instant gratification, brother. That
Yeah,
they live for instant gratification, physical, corporal, instant gratification. This is
yeah,
what they want. This is what living the life is, YOLO. You know what I'm saying? You only live once. So
hmm
indulge because you only live once. What do they mean by indulge? Indulge in the physical aspect of things, not in the, they're not talking about the moral aspect of things. That's
hmm
what people should go back to, because when you just think about the physical aspect of things, you're going to indulge in carnal pleasures, you
hmm
know,
hmm
be it food, be it sex, be it all, that will become your priority. And that has become the priority for most men, and
hmm
has turned men into modern men. And that's why they are unable to see these
hmm
feminist traits in women. And then when everything goes wrong, when they lose half and all of that, they go and cry to the red pill. They go,
hmm
red pill, oh, look at what these women did to me. No, it was because of you and your lustful desires. You couldn't
yeah,
see the truth because you started listening to Myron turning around and saying to you, go and sleep with 50 women. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Hold on, let
yeah.
me just catch up with
The chat.
the chat here quickly, yeah. Um the bra KD says the bra, yeah, man. Imagine being so distracted by your phone in public while you're out with your kid. Disgraceful. It's true, bro. It's true. The bro G says both of them a lot of the time are selfish, don't care about the kids. They don't. Modern women don't actually care about kids. I'm running. The bro John says I'm running to the hills after giving advice. The bro John says the corn industry is a perfect example of this. I remember, yeah, exactly. It's men that are funding the porn
Mm-hmm.
industry. It's men that are the corn industry. It's men that are funding all this funding OnlyFans. They are the ones validating bad behavior from women because they are so lustful.
hmm
Uh, KD says men need to hold themselves accountable and women accountable. That's how we fix these problems. Absolutely. But I would say, KD, as the leaders, we need to start with ourselves first, because I believe that the man is the leader. And as the leaders, we need to hold ourselves accountable first, because it's us that pick the women. We pick the women. A lot of people think that the women pick men. No, it's men that pick the women. If the woman says no, it's cool. But guess what? I know what type of woman I want,
hmm
and it doesn't stop at her physical appearance. It goes beyond that.
hmm
The Browgy one says men lust. Yep. Rashid says this 817. What does that spell? 817.
Yeah, it's
What
a
is that?
female. The word for female dog.
Oh, bitch. Sorry. My bad.
I'm guessing.
These 304s ain't loyal. This guy a joker. Rashid says, never marry a woman with kids. Never. Don't do it. Don't do it. She's already shout. Listen, I'm going to say a line by Kevin Samuels. She has already given her highest honor to another man. Okay, the highest honor woman can give a man is a child, and she has already given it to another man. Shouts to Katie. Katie says, "Are you still in touch with that friend?" Hassan, that's a question for you. Are you still in touch with that friend?
No,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
You see?
Because that was that character flaw is just was just one indication of many other flaws. And you know, you're younger, you're friends with everyone. You grow a bit older, you go your separate ways and such. He got married again in the end. I don't know how that's going, but I wish him the best.
I wish him the best too. The bro Juan says Joseph was loyal to the Pharaoh and pushed the Pharaoh's wife away from him, who tried to throw herself on him, as he was loyal to the Pharaoh even in captivity. Yes, Joseph, the story of Joseph. Yeah, the Pharaoh's wife tried it on him, and he told him no, and he told her no. No, 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 no. You're not doing that with me. I fear God and I have respect for your husband. He has given me a chance. I'm not going there. That's cool. That's called having moral character. You know,
Hey,
that's called being a man. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what a man is. A man is not someone that sells his soul for lust, for vagina and materialistic things. And we
And
need to.
look where Joseph ended up. Great high position.
He ended up in great high position, exactly. And we need to make a distinction also between materialism and making money. Yes, should a man make money? Absolutely. Where did he go? Where did Hassan go? Hassan just left. Okay, there we go. He's back
Uh,
again.
cool.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. You left us for a little bit there. We're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up in a second anyway.
No,
But yeah, what was the point that I was making?
uh,
Um,
not sacrificing today for tomorrow. Be a man of morals. Have
yeah,
moral.
being a man with morals and character. And now I wanted to also address the materialism side of things. A man should always work to make money so he can provide for his family and his future.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah,
Making money, which is something that a man should never stop making, is not the same as being materialistic. Materialistic are people that want to indulge in materialistic things. They just, they want the pleasure of they want to buy the latest Jordan so they can show off. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's materialism.
yeah.
The broad one says he had spine and self-respect and following God and following God. Yes, exactly. Joseph did. Yeah, he did marry an Egyptian woman Asenaf later. Yeah, he did. The broad one also says the heart matters. It matters a lot, and it's being neglected right now. The broad one says I would rather support the kids rather than the woman. Be a good role model. Yes, yes. We need to get women back in line, guys. And the only way, and we can do it if we become leaders. KD says the bra, exactly. That's my point as well. The kids deserve good parents, but the parents don't deserve good kids. Yes, 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 yes. The kids deserve good parents, but the parents don't. Mm, that's interesting. Um, the Broad Johnson, Genghis Khan had the largest empire. He put legacy first, so giving money to others to support others. Yeah, money is just a means to an end. It's just something that needs to be used for something good, like everything else. If things are supposed to be used for it is good. When we start using it, when we start using it for vanity, when we start using it for, personal gratification, instant gratification, that's when it becomes sinful. That's when it becomes wrong. But yeah, guys, listen, this was a crazy live. An hour and 43 minutes. You know, time flies when you're having interesting, intelligent conversations. That's all I got to say. Hassan, any last words? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's been great chatting with you. The conversations between me and you always flow. Even though we agree on a majority of points, I try to think of opportunities where we disagree. This is a lot more interesting than being doing it in a studio. I like this live setup. It flows nice and easily. But yeah. If you guys will have me on, I wouldn't mind coming on in the future just to have various discussions. The chat is always interesting. You guys have made good points, especially KD. I like KD and OG and Rashid. Everyone's has good points. But yeah, do not trust everything you see on YouTube. YouTube has become the new TV in a sense. Unfortunately, they're selling your story, not telling your story. Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And guys, tomorrow, I'll not do a live tomorrow just because tomorrow I'm going to a wedding. My wife's sister's wedding tomorrow is tomorrow. So that's why I'm not having the live tomorrow. But I'm definitely back on the day after, which I believe is Friday. And Hassan,
Yeah.
you're coming back, yeah?
Friday. I'll try.
Make
What's the
sure
topic?
we'll fight. We'll get there. We'll get
Okay.
there. We'll get there.
Okay.
But let's have a topic where me and you know, disagree a little bit. Do you see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, listen. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Much love and respect. And yeah, guys, you're gonna be seeing Hassan regularly here anyway. So yeah, guys, shouts to KD, shouts to the bro G1, shouts to Rashid, shouts to everyone that's been commenting and making the chat live, you know. But yeah, guys, salute. Oh, Rashid says, show your face next time, Hassan. Hassan don't want to do that, Rashid.
Yeah, my light is a bit off. My light is a bit off.
But yeah, guys, man. All right, listen. We'll see you next time. We'll see you on Friday, guys. Yeah. So nothing but love and respect to all of you. Um, oh, KD says, even though you don't show your face, you sound intelligent, laughing out loud. Guys, listen, we've done live shows in the studio with Hassan, you know, so you can find it there. Check out some of the older shows. You're gonna see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna see what Hassan looks like. Yeah. All right, guys. You take care, yeah. Nothing but love. Salute to everyone. Solution Podcast. We're here.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.